Okay, first of all, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I want this video to be two parts. I want to talk about uh, what you can do to help the people in Japan after the earthquakes and the tsunami and the potential meltdown, the ongoing risk of the nuclear power plants. And I also want to talk about what is the U.S. government's role in this international crisis. What do I think the role should be and can be. If you don't know me, my name is Kevin. I'm living in Japan. I've been here for just over a year. I'm from the United States. But I've been here just over a year now, and I've been teaching conversational English to students in Japan. I love my job, and I've enjoyed living here. And in spite of everything going on right now, I still enjoy being here in Japan. Just a quick message to friends and family back home. If you do know me, I'm okay, I'm safe. I've been trying to put that message out. I've spoken to most of you, and thank you so much for everybody who's offered me support. You have no idea how much all the support has meant. Okay, to get on to what I really want to talk about. What can you do to help? If you're interested in helping, and I'm going to urge you to be interested. What can you do? Should you help? How can you help? And will your help actually make a difference? First of all, I'm going to just go ahead and put out the plea. Yes, you can help. Please, 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 please help. Please help. The people of Japan really need your help. You know, the U.S. right now, the U.S. government and Japan are on good terms, but regardless of that, just put nationality and race aside, and these are human beings, and they need your help. I'm going to try not to get too preachy with this, but bear with me, because I do feel passionate about this, and I love the United States, but for right now, this time in my life, Japan is home, and the people here have become my friends and my family. So I also love Japan. Again, I'll try not to preach, but I am going to be speaking from a passionate, embedded perspective. Yes, you can help the people of Japan. How do you do that? Well, easy. Really, really easy. Obviously, the easiest way for you to help is to contribute monetarily, or even make some kind of material goods donation. The easiest way is to contribute money to an organization. And how do you do that? Well, if you go to any major news agency in the United States or anywhere, international news agency, they will have a venue, a way for you to make a contribution. For example, if you go to CNN.com, if you go to ABC or NBC or Fox News, they will almost definitely have a link right there. Should be right there on their main page, and if they don't, but they should, they should, and I believe they will. Right there on their main page, they should have some kind of link for you visible to make a donation, or find an agency to make a donation through. Go to theredcross.com. Go to Yahoo. Right now, Yahoo, up in I think the top left corner, has a link in red that says Help Japan. How easy is that? You just click on it, and they will give you the options. And I'm also going to ask you very directly right now, some people are going to be cynical. Please don't be cynical. Now is not the time to be cynical. And what I mean by that is don't get bogged down with asking yourself, well, how do I know that that my money is actually going to help? How do I know that my money will actually get to the people that need the help? And how do I know how much of my money is going to get there. Please, please don't do that. Don't be cynical. Again, sorry, speaking a bit passionately here, but if you are contributing, if you are helping, it's going to help. All right, most of these agencies are very, very good and very smart about how they attribute a lot the money that they are given to help in crisis situations like this. And to be honest, if you're asking yourself that, how do I know? How do I know? From my perspective here on the ground, it just comes across like a cop-out, okay? I'm being very honest. It comes across like a cop-out of an easy way of convincing yourself not to do it, of not to help. Take the 10 minutes necessary in your life to contribute just $10 or more. Just 10 minutes, $10. And trust me, it'll go a long way. The people in Japan need your help more than you could possibly realize. I'm lucky that I'm so far away from the devastation. But the people, the closer you get, the more their life has been affected. And I just read an article recently that said that people closer to the devastation were waiting in line for hours to be able to purchase some basic necessities. And then once they waited in line for hours, they were only allowed to purchase 10 items. There was a limit of how many items they could purchase. And so they have to choose between things like food, maybe kerosene to stay warm at night, or maybe those things and diapers for their children. That's a hard choice to make. Okay? That's a really hard choice. So again, please make a donation. Please help in any way that you can. Any way you help is gonna help. Bottom line. Okay, on to the second thing that I want to talk about. What is the U.S. government doing to help? And is the U.S. government doing enough? Again, I'm going to put it out there that I love my country. I love the United States. Again, from my perspective here on the ground, the U.S. is not doing enough. I don't want to come across like I don't recognize that the U.S. government has responded and that other nations around the world have responded to the crisis. But the question that I'm posing to all of you watching this is, are we doing enough? And what more can we do? If you have any ideas or response to that, then please respond. Send me a message or put up a video response. And make it an intelligible one. All right, so let's have a conversation and not an argument about it. But I believe strongly that from everything I've seen, the U.S. government is not doing enough. I know aircraft carriers have been mobilized, that they're in the area. I know that even search and rescue teams have been sent from all over the world. I know that even specific nuclear crisis assistance teams have been sent from the United States, and that's all great. But again, from my perspective, what I'm seeing here in Japan is the crisis is not being responded to quickly enough. And only so much blame can be laid upon the Japanese government. First of all, as far as earthquakes and tsunamis go, probably no other country in the world was as prepared to handle it as Japan. Tsunami is a Japanese word, all right? So that's where we get the word. They were more prepared to handle it than anybody else. The nuclear plants and what's going on right now, that's a bit more difficult. First of all, I want to explain that this situation is serious. It's very serious, but it is also preventable. It can be stopped. It can be assisted and helped right now. Um, in Tokyo, the amount of radiation that is present right now in Tokyo is far less than you would receive getting an X-ray at a dental exam. Okay, um, even though the anxiety right now in Japan is reaching a peak level, even where I am, I mean the anxiety is building and it's really really high, especially about the radiation. We're kind of getting used to the earthquakes. We're still experiencing earthquakes all the time, but the radiation is the main concern. Um, but the numbers are probably far less than what you're seeing on TV right now. The immediate danger. The problem is what happens if the situation gets worse. And that is the point that I want to make. The earthquake happened, and the world has responded. The U.S. government has responded. The tsunami happened, and yes, the U.S. government responded. The nuclear power plants, the danger is in the midst of happening, but the worst case scenario has not happened yet, and it can be prevented with enough help, and if that help is given quickly enough. And to be honest, I don't know that the Japanese government is prepared and able to handle this situation on their own. In fact, I don't think they are. The Japanese government needs the world's help, and as an American, I'm calling America out on this right now. I'm calling individuals out, obviously, and I'm calling the American government out to help more than it is right now. The Japanese government is probably too proud, at least publicly, too proud to ask for the assistance that is needed. That kind of pride is just part of Japanese culture. Again, I've lived here for a little over a year, but I'm still a foreigner. I'm still gaijin, and that's just my take on it. But I'm calling you out, America. Do more. Americans have, I think, a belief. They have an arrogance. We have an arrogance. Sometimes that's a healthy dose of arrogance about who we are and what we're capable of, and sometimes it's not so healthy. But we like to believe, and we like to say, we like to believe that we're a world player, and we are a world player, and we like to say that we are the torch that lights the way in the world. I'm calling us out on that. And if you're not from America and you're watching this, I've made a lot of international friends. If you're watching this and you get a bit of a chuckle out of that, then so be it. But that's who we are. I'm American, and that's part of who we are in our culture, and that's how we identify ourselves. But I'm calling us out on it. If that's who we say we are, then let's be it. And right now, Japan needs the United States. Japan might not want to say it. Other people might disagree. Americans might disagree. Some Americans might feel like it's not our place to police and rescue the rest of the world when things go bad. And as an American, that's your right to take that stance. But as an American, it's also my right to say bullcrap. You know, we can do better. We are better than that. We do have a responsibility. These are not just Japanese people and Japanese families that are being affected. It's the human family. And so what are you doing to help? And what is the United States government doing to help? Is it enough? I don't have all the answers, but I implore you to think about it. Ask yourself that question. Again, thanks for watching. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate it. Thank you.